Wake up in the morning, I don't got no worries, cause it's a beautiful day. So many wonder how long we will be here. Tell 'em that we're here to stay. Hey yo, let's get it. Boss Talk straight from the city with true heart. We got champs in the making and champs that are rule them all. Got that all sport, optimal prime, ready to dominate. The hottest conversations, uncensored, this the time and place. Boss Talks, keep it uncensored, it's all hard. You could be from all walks, come tune in to Boss Talks. Got that all sport, optimal prime, ready to dominate. Hottest conversations, uncensored, this the time and place. Boss.
Hey, let's go. Hey, welcome back to another episode, Boss Talk Uncensored. I'm one of your hosts, Tino Amaya, with my good friend,
Jeff Copi.
And you know what? So today, man, we're here with Misty Fanola.
Hey,
man.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, we have low budget sound effects, by the way. So
you'll
sorry
hear
about that.
You'll hear them quite often.
All right, let's do this. Let's do our let's get our sponsorships out of the way.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Go first.
Yeah.
Monroe Nutrition. We are Monroe, located right between our diner and Monroe Florist. Triple D liquidation, good stuff at a great price. Tino, what you got?
Oh, man, you know, Tino Amaya, State Farm Insurance. Man, we've been in business now for over 20 years, servicing the Ohio market, Kentucky, Tennessee, and, of course, here in Michigan. Soon to be servicing Arizona. Just waiting for the insurance commissioner to approve my license. And we'll be in Arizona, too, so we're pretty excited about that. 20 years, man, 20 years there. Of course, helping people recover from the unexpected. And then, of course, Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill, where we make it fresh daily, or my mama will kill me. And last but not least, Amaya Group Inc. We do restaurant consultation, menu engineering. If you're looking to revamp your space, give us a shout. And then, you know what? I want to do some shout outs. This has to be a little bit of a shout out episode.
Yeah,
Brain Jerk
absolutely.
Entertainment, Josh Moore, guy behind the scenes. He likes to stay quiet. He doesn't like the attention, but got to give my man flowers for keeping us on track. Kyle Buckley.
Dude, Conquering Giants,
man. Listen, this is why we need to rename your shop the Barber Shop.
Yeah.
Because anytime you go down, if Kyle is there, you're going to get a hug, you're going to get a hello, you're going to get a like a genuine conversation. Yes. And then before he leaves, he always is offering blessings. He's always letting you know he's going to pray for you. I mean, he's just doing some tremendous stuff in the community behind the scenes. Another guy that's like, no, I don't want the attention.
Yeah.
Let me do this. I mean, comes out of pocket to help put people in hotels and help get people food. Even if he doesn't have it, he's giving it away. I mean, that's my guy. So we gotta, and he helped us with a lot of the theme music.
That's him. That he put that together in like 24 hours or something.
Yeah, he had to turn around.
So it's like 8 different copies. Hey, how you like this? All right, here, I'm gonna fix this. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, dude, I love the first one.
That's
like, you know,
such
a great guy.
Yeah.
Also shout out to the champ. Got a fight tonight.
E Mills. Let's go.
After tonight, 11-0. Let's make it happen.
That's it.
So big shout out to him. Love seeing his grind. Real quick, I just want to address something. We are an uncensored podcast.
Yes, we are.
So yesterday we filmed and I said something and I'm gonna apologize for it. I had a lot of middle-aged men messaging me saying that they couldn't sleep because their GOAT, Michael Jordan, said that LeBron James is finally crowned the GOAT.
That never
happened. And I said
lie.
On live, and now I had guys messaging me because I couldn't sleep because their hero is no longer.
That never apologizing for that. That never happened. That's garbage.
Tino,
garbage.
Who do we got? Talk to us.
Okay, so today we have Misty Fanola. And you know, before this came on, Misty and I were chatting, and she's like, I've got nothing to say. This is going to be, I don't even know where to begin. I have nothing that I should say. And I'm like, listen, man, you've got lots to say. So, you know, she's been in business. The family's been in business for a long time, a lot longer than me. I like to think that they're like a legacy business in Monroe.
Definitely legends.
Yeah. 100%. Well, you know what? I mean, you are, and you have to own up to it. I mean, because there are some folks that have really had businesses like your guys's in this community for a long time. And we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about some of the things you do. But first off, for those people that don't know you, tell us a little bit about who you are.
My name is Misty Fanola, and I'm the proud owner of Misty's Plant-Based Foods. And I married Joe Fanola, who I am now part of Monroe's Original Hot Dog and Joe's French Italian.
Love it.
And I've been married for 33 years.
That's something to say in
Yeah,
itself.
that's a ton,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
In the restaurant business, and I love it
Yeah.
because I love to eat.
Yeah. Hey,
So how long
Second
how
that.
long has the how long have the Fanolas been in the restaurant? Because they've been in the
For a
business.
long
Yeah.
time. For my husband and I bought the hot dog stand 32 years ago.
wow.
A year after we were married. So my father-in-law had it probably for 30 years prior.
Wow.
Yeah, a long time. They had
Wow.
that for a long time. And Joe's French Italian is 80 some years.
Wow.
I think it's 92, but their godfather had it first, and then my father-in-law took it over.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
So they have a lot of restaurant experience.
Yeah.
Wow.
So did you just get, I mean, when you guys first got married, was it like, hey, this is the life you're in, and you just dove right in?
Well, I
Or
worked for Joe's father at Joe's French Italian. I was a server.
okay.
And I started there when I was 18. And Joe and I, we always knew each other and never really spoke much other than hello. And then we dated and we got engaged a month later and got married 9 months later. And I wasn't
Wow.
pregnant, and there's nothing wrong with someone
No, there's-
was.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
saying
yeah.
It was just a fast moving
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So I was already serving, and then I just went to work with him at our hot dog stand until
Wow.
I then a year later got pregnant, and then I was stay at home.
Question.
Yes.
What's
Answer.
what's the key? What's the key to lasting marriages? Like
Ooh,
33 years.
Man, let's go.
The Lord.
Yes.
All the Lord. I'm a
Mm.
born again Christian, and He has done everything good that I have ever had. It's all through Him because I'm not good.
I love
Wow.
that. I love that.
Yeah. It's a lot of praying, and
Mm-hmm.
you decide that you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come off like mean or anything, but it's so easy to walk away. It's just easier to walk
Yes.
away. It is. It's
Yeah,
easier. Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
over this.
And I think we see that a lot,
A ton.
especially with my generation.
Mhm.
It's like I just see people quit on everything, especially relationships. So it's always like it's such an honor to like talk to people who have been in the game for a while and
Yeah.
have stuck through the hard and bad times, because I'm sure you've had a bumpy road,
Oh,
you know.
golly gee.
Like it's like you don't get success without struggle. So
Absolutely. You don't know how good it is until you know how bad it can be.
yeah,
Wow,
absolutely.
man, that sounds almost like you said something about that, like on Jacqueline's. We did Jacqueline's. You're like, you don't know how good you feel until you realize you don't feel bad or something like.
Oh
or
yeah,
how
you
bad
don't know how
feel.
bad you feel until you start feeling good.
Right. Well, it's the same principle, right? You
Yeah.
don't know how good it can be until you realize it's like, man, is it really that bad? And I think that's the hard part, right? Because I mean, everything in life seems to be that way right now. It seems like it's so much easier just to
To
say,
walk away.
yeah.
Instant gratification is a big thing right now, right?
I don't know. Is that what it is?
I think it is. I think it's like, just like I can pull anything up on my phone and find an answer out right now.
Right.
Everybody wants right now, right?
Yeah.
I can get a box delivered to my house today from
Right.
Amazon.
Right.
It's the instant gratification instead of waiting something out and watch it really unfold to be something great.
Right.
And I don't think people have the patience anymore because of
We're so
certain
easily
things.
offended.
Well,
Yes.
you know
Everyone's
what?
so easily offended. He didn't do this or she didn't do that.
Well,
Yeah.
on that note, though, how do you stay? Okay, 33 years married. Now you guys are having kids, and you're also running a business together.
Multiple.
What's that
that's
dynamic
miraculous.
like?
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
What? No, but honestly, because listen, so there are. Let's be real, right? One of the, when you think of the divorce rate, okay, doctors, and then the restaurant industry, right? Because of their high
Oh, is that
pressure.
right?
Yeah. They're high pressure, and then of course, in the restaurant industry, a lot of times, what happens is, the pressure that either spouse is under to keep the business going, oftentimes, man, it just fractures
Yeah.
relationships. So how did you and Joe manage the day-to-day, because there had to have been some days, because I can tell you right now, man, it's not always easy.
Yeah.
It kind of was. I mean, I had to submit myself. Honestly, it
Yeah.
was. I submit
Okay.
to him. He is the authority to me.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he has the wisdom and the knowledge to run the restaurants. I came into it.
Okay.
So it was easy for me. I was his helpmate. That's all I
love it.
was. I was his helpmate. Whatever he needed me to do.
So you came
And I
in as
didn't
a
always
true
like it.
partner.
Oh, absolutely. I'll do
Wow.
whatever he wants me to do.
I love that.
Dude,
And-
that's
And it
wow.
wasn't fun.
That's biblical.
It is.
biblical.
It is. But
Mhm.
it was, so you say it wasn't always fun.
It
What do
was
you mean?
not fun. It was so not fun because he would talk to me way worse than an employee, because your employees, you better be nice to them.
Yeah.
Right.
He'd say, do this or do that. And like, And he's nice. I don't want anybody to
No,
get the
he
wrong
is.
idea.
No,
But
no.
he did. You know, we're under
Yeah.
pressure. The hot dog stand is fast moving.
Yes.
You don't write anything down. You remember it all. So I worked the kitchen. I worked the lot, you know, the car hop and the bar.
Wow.
So, and he was very grateful. He always said, I can't believe that you can do everything. Like if anybody calls off, I went in.
Yeah.
I was always the one to go in. So it was fun.
Wow.
And we sustained through that. Yeah.
That's crazy. You know,
That
so
is.
again, though, but you don't hear that very often. And so for those of you out there that are watching, yes, she did use the word submission, but you're using it in a different way because you're not saying you're like a slave and he just cracked the whip. What
No,
you're
right.
saying, though, is from a biblical
Yeah.
perspective as the head of the household.
Yes.
And the leader of
Yes.
the business, you were like, okay, I'm coming in to support you.
Whatever you
Yes.
need.
You were his support.
Really old school.
Yeah.
I love that.
I mean, I hear people, you know, I was old school.
Yeah.
Everything was for him and for my kids.
Right. And
I love it.
typically so the
Pays
family. Well, no, but yeah, I mean, but that's where it becomes healthy, right? And now
Yeah.
you guys, so as you guys are growing the business, you now how many children do you guys have?
We have 3.
Yeah. Because I know your son, and I think one of your daughters,
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline. Yeah. Okay.
She's 26. Then I have a 29-year-old Tony,
Okay.
and then Secondo's 32. He'll be 32 the end of.
And Tony's the one that is down at the hot dog stand. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, I
And he
love
talks
that
about you
kid.
all the time.
I love that
You too.
kid. Listen,
I like
every
him
time I
too.
go
That's
down
my
there,
guy.
he's so respectful, and I mean, I just absolutely love his energy. He definitely is a good mix of you and Joe. Joe, I mean, so what I'm going to say about Joe really quick is what I love about it. I'll see him down at GFS every once in a while.
Oh yeah, Gordon's.
Yeah, I'll see him down at Gordon's, and like I'm grabbing to-go containers or something, and I mean, he drops nuggets without even realizing that he's dropping nuggets because we'll sit there and have like a 5-minute conversation. And in that 5-minute conversation, he's hitting me with like, well, you know what? Yeah, well, you're wasting your money here. If you went over here, like, oh man, you should go here. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You're talking too fast.
Yeah.
Like, where do I have to get these?
Yeah,
Where are
yeah.
these cheaper? You know what I mean? But then we start talking about the business. We start talking about employee things. And I mean, he's just so quick.
Yeah.
And you just realize like, man, if I could just sit with this guy for like an hour and just
Mhm.
pick his brain, you know what I mean? Just the nuggets that you would pull
Yeah.
out from everything that he's kind of done, which is incredible. So,
Yeah.
so talk to us a little bit about now you guys are having the children.
Yep.
And you're still working at the hot dog stand together, or
Not
did you
much.
take
I
a
didn't
break?
work much.
Okay.
When the kids were born, I was home with them,
Okay.
and then after school, I'm sorry, I'm chewing gum.
Oh,
No,
you're
you're
good.
okay. Yeah, you're good.
We're uncensored. You're good.
Yeah, you're uncensored. Listen, shout out to Monroe Nutrition. I've got
We-
my Zoom diggity.
We drink teas. We do
Yes,
all that.
okay,
So you're good.
So I had the kids. I stayed at home, and I was blessed beyond measure to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
And then they went to school, and by the time my last one went to school, that's when I was just available to do whatever he wanted me to do.
Okay.
But before I was pregnant, I worked there. So for like a year after we were married for the first year,
Yep.
and then I worked there and did anything that he wanted. I mean, it's just restaurant business.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a true servant.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love to serve.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a
Right.
servant's heart. I want to serve when you come to my house, I want to feed you.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude,
and
that's
everything.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So that's what I did all along. And then when we opened La Pleasance Road, and stop me if you want to.
No.
No, you're
We
good.
will. Trust me.
Okay, good. So he opened La Pleasance Road. We did together, and
That was what, 2017, 18?
gosh, I don't even know. A couple
Dude,
years
you know
back.
what though? I am gonna say though, here's what I loved about La Pleasance Road. You guys had the milkshake, the root beer milkshake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
The-
god.
The
dude.
waffle fries, too.
Oh, the
They
waffle
had-
delish.
fries. Yeah, get
Oh,
out of here.
delicious.
man.
Especially with the cheese sauce on
Yes.
them.
That was delicious.
Get out of here.
So that place was so big. I said to him, "Do you mind if I like try to?" Because the hot dog stand is the size of this. Have
Right,
you been in
right,
there?
right.
It's
Yeah,
real
yep.
small.
Yeah.
And it was huge, the Little Pleasance Road. And I said, "Do you mind if I try to throw some health food out there?" And he said, "Sure." You know, because we had business for it.
Yeah.
Well, it worked.
Mhm.
People were coming for it.
Okay, so
you,
hold on.
you had that little cooler, right?
yeah.
It was like the little fridge that had some options in
that's
there.
Right,
Yup.
correct. That's
Well,
right.
hold on a second. Let's back up for half a second. So when did you actually start putting that kind of stuff together? Like even for yourself? Like
Oh.
what made you decide to even like look and go in that direction?
So, growing up, my mother was diagnosed with brain cancer when I was 9,
Okay.
and she was 29. So she had 6
Wow.
weeks to live.
Wow.
Oh my word.
6 weeks to live. They gave her 6 weeks. It was the size of a grapefruit in her brain. So by the grace of God, and she then did everything in her power to change. So he blessed her with a miracle, but she changed everything. So we ate like clean
Wow.
back then, 40 some years ago. She died when she died at 38. So anyway, we had fresh pressed juice. Like there was no sugar. It was all really good. And we didn't have a whole lot of money. She was divorced and I had a little brother. And there was lots of fruits and vegetables. And I remember thinking at times, I'll save that for her and for him because he's a little guy. But I saw what that did for her.
Okay.
So I always thought after my children were born, I remember thinking, well, I want to profess the Lord, because she gave her heart to the Lord then because you're going to die.
Right.
You're going to heaven or hell. So you've got the choice.
Right.
He doesn't send anyone.
Yes.
We decide where we want to go.
Right.
So she then told me, she said, I'm going to die and I'm going to go. I was so nervous and I'm not even a nervous person. She's going to die. And she's going to go to heaven. She's going with the Lord. And she wants to make sure that I know that I have a choice.
Wow.
So then I'm like, yes, I want to live for the Lord. But then life happens and you grow up and you do your thing. And then I thought, I don't want to be deathly ill before I decide to take care of myself.
Right.
Or, Jesus, I need you.
Right.
No, I want to profess his name and help people to eat healthy and take care of themselves.
Praise
we
God.
have one body.
Yeah.
This is all we have.
Yeah.
And I'm not judgmental towards anyone. And I always have to take a step back and say, how are you sounding? Because I like to eat more than anyone. And you can ask I can out eat. I sit and wait for my husband to be done.
Yeah.
And totally if we're out to eat, I want it all. I eat everything.
Right.
But it's poison, if you don't think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You just got to take note of what you're doing. So that's where that came in.
So walk me through so how old or what the kids are grown now. When did you actually start though thinking, you know what, I think I want to actually have my own healthy, plant-based restaurant?
That was just at La Pleasance Road.
Okay.
That all happened. I mean, we ate, I remember the kids, I'm just going to take it back a step.
Yeah.
The kids, I didn't really think much about it. And I heard you talking yesterday about McDonald's, that.
Yeah.
Well, I would make food and I was a mother. I probably was too young. If you didn't want it, well, let's go get you something you want.
Yeah.
So I packed those kids up and we went to Burger King and McDonald's every time they wanted.
Wow.
And I never said no.
Yeah.
So I wasn't the strict mom. And one day I just woke up and I said, what are you doing to these kids? I mean, you're giving them junk. I just didn't think that they should eat what I love.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because who loves the same thing? Not everyone loves the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I decided to start making juices. So
I mean, unless you grow up in a Mexican family, then you have no choice.
Yeah.
Trust me, you will eat that because liver and onions. My dad loved it. Yeah, my dad loved it. Yeah. And so growing up, if it was liver and onions on the menu, you sat at that table until you ate it all, until it was gone. I mean, that's how I grew up.
So I remember so Jacqueline and I are the same age.
Yeah.
We graduated high school together. She came to Monroe, I want to say maybe my junior year.
Yes.
So I remember she would always bring these styrofoam cups in, and I'd be like, we had a first starter. I'd be like, what's that? And she'd be like, my mom made it for me. And I'm like, you gonna drink that? I didn't have breakfast. You gonna drink that?
Yeah.
She'd be like, here, take it today. Or no, I'm drinking this. But so I remember you sending them,
I met them at the lunch. I'm proud of this. I mean, I'm proud that I was able to.
Yeah.
But when they had lunch, I would meet them at the lunchroom with a lunch, fresh, because Jacqueline didn't like to take anything packed that sat too long.
Right.
So I met her there every day, and I was blessed to be able to do that.
Dude, side note. Yeah. So there are a lot of people that ask me why I became an entrepreneur. And I always say it's because I wanted time.
Yeah.
So one thing that you can't remanufacture.
Right.
You can't make time.
No.
And so my kids have similar stories. And what a blessing to be an entrepreneur, self-employed. And you could take that time to hey man, I'm going to go. And one conversation you and I have had, I'm like, bro, when you start having children, think about it. There are going to be those times when you can show up for lunch and you'll be the only dad there.
Yeah.
Trust me, there are lots of, field trips, lunchroom times. I mean, volunteer times where I was the only dad that showed up, to the point to where, funny story. One year I got asked to do camp. And the principal stopped me as I was going in to do my reading times. I used to read to the kids at school. And he pulls me aside and he goes, Mr. Maya, this might not be the best time to ask this question, but would you consider being a volunteer? And listen, no cost to you. We have funds available. We'll pay for you to go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I can pay. And he's like, well, Jillian said you were out of work. And I go, I'm sorry, what? And he goes, well, this morning at assembly, we said to the kids, hey, if any of you have parents that can volunteer to go, we need a couple more parents and we really need some dads. And she raised her hand. And when I called on her, she said, well, my dad doesn't work. He could probably go.
Oh.
And so, but it was because I was always at the school. I was
Yeah.
always dropping off. I was always picking up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, man, what a testament to be able to
Yeah.
do those things. Isn't that a blessing?
Huge blessing. And I thank my husband for that.
Yeah.
You know, again, he took everything upon himself so we could do and I could be there for them.
Wow.
Yeah. So where were we with that?
Okay, so now we're talking
so then I
about
did juices
Yeah.
when they were young. And I remember saying they came in from school and I said, sit at the counter because I would have them dinner ready at 3. I would pick them up and we'd eat at 3.
Wow.
That's when you're the hungriest, right after school.
Yeah.
So why wait and let them have snacks? So we'll do the food. So I put juice in front of all of them. It was carrot juice and apple and they were like, this is not good. And my oldest, he was in 7th grade at the time, and he said, you can't make me drink this. And I said, oh, yes, I can. And actually, it's a funny story because we ran through the house, but nothing mean. But I'm like, yes, you have to drink it, or you eat a pile of this stuff. I've been doing it wrong for so long.
Yeah.
So now I don't really like to juice that much because it's a ton of work.
Yeah.
Right. And they all love juice. They all love all the healthy stuff.
Oh,
At the beginning,
wow.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? It always comes full circle.
Yeah.
You know, it does. It always does. Trust me.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Okay.
ahead.
So yes, go ahead.
Oh, so side note, real quick.
Yeah.
So my family, we grew up. My great grandma, she owned the diner, the Monroe Diner, and we used to always have family over. She lived off of Rough Drive, right over by Munson. And every time everybody was over for a pool party, we'd always come get hot dogs, right? And we would pass another place that sells that and come right over to Monroe's Original, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a thing every time. And like, we had family in for a funeral this last weekend, and my dad goes, no, we can't go eat down there because then I'm gonna have to go past the hot dog stand. Then I'm gonna have to buy enough to get me through to the next time I come. And then I had family from Kentucky that was in, and they know about like everybody knows about it, right? And they're like, look, we got to get the hot dog stand, yada, yada, yada. And I had to break them the news that you guys weren't open yet.
I know.
And I've never seen like grown people shut down. Like they just so you guys are loved by not just Monroe, but like states.
But
like,
there's so many
Wonderful,
stories. Like
wonderful
I tell my story all the time like that too, man. Just like, because we didn't have a lot of money growing up, and so when my dad would come home with that sack of dogs and take us to the park, I was like, like you just knew, like, and my brother and I can still remember my dad saying, get in the car, we'd jump in the car, we'd go down to the park, and him and my mom would throw a blanket out. My brother and I'd be running around in the park, and then we'd come and, grab
Dude,
a hot dog.
I knew I had a problem. I was staying 5 minutes from the hot dog stand, if that. I ordered 6 hot dogs and had them done by the time I got home.
Oh yeah,
I knew I had a problem.
Easy.
I knew I had a
So
problem
easy.
then. I'm just.
So you ate all 6?
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys what, brain jerk. If you guys have a Monroe's Original hot dog eating contest, the champ is coming back to get his belt.
There you go. There you go.
That's
Put it out
you.
there. Put it out there.
That's
Okay.
you.
So let's talk about Misty's plant-based now. Okay. So you're trying things at the hot dog stand. Yeah.
Yes.
It starts taking off.
Yeah. Like they were coming and it was so much fun. People wanted food.
So when did the concept come to actually brick and mortar it?
Well, had just kept thinking, I wonder if, because people told me all along, I thought about it for a while before, I'd love to sell this food to people to get it out there. And a few, I was thinking about it today, a handful of people were like, no, Monroe will never support this.
Oh yeah. I hear that all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
They said they're not going to support it.
Until they do.
Until they do.
Yeah. And I just thought I was nervous to do it. But anyhow, we're out there and I'm going for a walk downtown. And do you know where 2 French hens are?
Yes.
So that was available. So I called my husband one day, who is more on the negative side of things. Like, I'm more, yes, it's going to work. And he's like, let's think things through. So I called and I said, it's available for rent. And I said, what do you think about putting a place in there? And he said, honestly, you'll make it. And I was just shocked. I said, what?
Yes.
He said, they're driving out of their way to come to a hot dog stand, not anywhere near, like they're going to the hot dog stand for health food.
Yeah.
Where we sell French fries and all that. He said, so I think we should give it a try. So that place kind of fell through. And I looked around at a couple places and I remember just things weren't happening. It wasn't where I wanted to go. And the place where I'm currently at, it was going to be a brewery, right?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I walk my dogs every single day and I would walk around and look in the brewery and I would be praying and I would say, Lord, they are so blessed to have this place. This is the most beautiful place of all.
It is such a
And I
beautiful
said
place.
it every single day. And I said, they have a sign, they have their own parking lot. And I never said I wanted it. So this is like kind of the cool thing,
Yeah.
how good God is. Cause I never said I wanted it. I just said, they're so lucky. They're so lucky.
Mm.
So, everything had fallen through and I'm walking home from there. And I said, okay, Lord, whatever you want from me. I said, if you want me to continue in this helper business, I'm going to do it. Right. I'm just keep slinging hot dogs. I'll keep doing whatever you need me to do. And I said, just close the door if that's what you want. Just take it out of my mind and I'm going to let it go. And that was it. The next day, my husband called me and said, hey, your place is for rent. And I said, what place? And he said, with the beautiful windows that you love. And I said, no, it's not. He said, yes, it is. You need to go down there right now. So I got in my car and I went down there and I got the number and the rest is history.
That's
And
amazing.
it worked out. It worked out. It was so, because I was just at that point, I'm like, no, I'm all done.
Yeah.
And I can't be inside. I can't be locked up. That's why I do love to work at the hot dog stand, anywhere in the hot dog stand.
Yeah.
The kids
Because you're
know.
outside. Yeah.
You're outside. You're looking at windows.
Yeah.
So I can't be in a room with no windows. It just doesn't work for me at all.
Yeah.
So the few places that I had looked, I'm like, no, I'll feel like I'm in a cage and in jail.
Yeah.
So I didn't. And that place, it's my fate. I love it.
So
Every day
beautiful.
I drive by or I go in, I say, thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to serve
Wow.
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
community.
Yeah.
So fun fact, I when I was getting the place that I got right now,
With windows and it's beautiful.
yeah, thank you, appreciate you.
Yes.
The owners said, they texted me and they said, here, meet us at this address. I'm like, all right, throw it in my GPS and pull up. I'm like, oh, Misty's. And I'm like, all right, they want to sit down, have like lunch or whatever. Perfect. And I got there and I think you were closed. It was like a Sunday afternoon or something like that. And they were like, we want you to look at this place and we think that if you're going to do this, it needs to be something like this. Like it has to be like this type of vibe and this type of, and I'm like, 100%. Like this is the vibe I want. Like this is great, And so, yeah, definitely. Like it was
do you
just.
remember when I wanted you to work for me?
Yeah,
at the gym, I'm like, oh, this boy's so nice, and
appreciate
he's
you.
doing everything like he's vibrant, and smiles, and full of love.
Appreciate
taking
you.
care of yourself. Come to work with me.
I like truly appreciate that, and that was right when. It was like right at the beginning stages of the shop, like getting ready to open. But had that been a month earlier, 6 months earlier, I would have took the opportunity because I was just in a low vibration workplace at the time. And I was asking the Lord, anything I can do to get out of this situation, like please. And so I do appreciate that so much because had it been.
I remember saying to my kids, I know Jeff Copi. And they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, all good to Jeff Copi.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was really cool when I met you.
Thank you so
That's
much.
awesome.
You're welcome.
So, okay. So talk to us a little bit about what's it been like. So you have this concept. Now you have the building. Now you're putting together menus.
Exactly what I wanted. A menu that if I have it in stock, that's what we're going to have. And if I don't, it's off the blackboard.
Yeah.
So I wanted a blackboard menu.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell a real quick story.
Yeah, go please.
So I had the vision of a blackboard menu for the whole time. So you just put up your specials and then if you're out, you're out. You don't have to run to the store like we do.
Right.
And get avocados and just saying, for guacamole or whatever. When it's gone, it's gone. I'm not doing that. So I have this vision and my landlord, who is wonderful. He is wonderful. And Ken Wickenheiser and John Castiglione, but Ken is not the landlord. But he was going to be at the time, but he sold to John. Anyway, I said that I want to get blackboards. So Ken Wickenheiser says, oh, well, I have some that was at the Monroe, some school, the Catholic school or something.
Oh, yeah.
Divine Child.
Right.
So anyway, they bring me in 2 blackboards that are huge and they put them up and it's side by. So everything just kept happening.
Right.
And it just kept happening. So then I just started throwing things together and honest to goodness, it was just kind of a gamble.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like I don't follow a recipe and I can't follow a recipe. Throw a recipe at me and I lose it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
I like to just like try and keep going.
Yeah.
So I did have a few things called the Mediterranean bowl that was at La Pleasance and then the superfood salad. So
Okay.
I started with that. I said, let's have superfood salad. Kale is very hearty and it can last you a week.
Right.
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 So I would make myself a big, huge salad at home and eat it all week long. Like this kale's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's not soggy. So then all the recipes come from there. And now
Yeah,
I just try things and I'm amazed when they work out.
Now, do you take the time to like research the healthy properties behind it and how it's beneficial? Like what it does to your body, anything like
yes,
that?
and
Or
there's so much in my mind that I don't remember any of it.
no,
just
yeah,
know-
yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
People say to me, "What's it good for?" And I Google it.
Right,
Google it 'cause
right.
There's so much. I know it's good for you.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah,
me how
yeah.
you feel after.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. Tell me,
how
yeah.
you
Eat
feel.
this and tell me how you feel.
So, and this goes for both of you guys because I feel the same way at your restaurant. But
Thank you.
I remember I had a black bean burger that you made me, and I ate it, and it was me and my buddy Alante there, and I ate
remember it.
and I ate it, and I'm like, wow, this is the first time that I've ate a lunch and not felt bloated
Yeah,
and tired
yeah.
and you know.
Yes.
And then the next time I did it, I was at your place and I'm like, dude, like I don't feel. And you're like, oh, it's because we're like a scratch kitchen. We can just, you know, yada yada, make
Scratch
things
kitchen.
fresh.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. You know,
I believe that's the word for it,
yeah,
correct?
yeah. We
Yep.
use a lot of
Yeah.
olive oil. We cook with the olive oil exclusively. You know,
Mhm.
which everyone told me I'd never be able to do. They're like, it's Mexican food. What are you doing cooking with olive oil? I'm like, I don't know. That's just what my family does.
Yeah.
It's a part of Mexico we're from. That's how we cook. I don't
Yeah.
know. You know, and so it's
Yeah.
a little
Oh, and your
different.
food is excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent. I like your bowls.
Shout out to the
Yeah, yeah,
Mama's Tacos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those hit
Right.
my soul.
For sure.
But you had something on there that I went and got. It was, I think it was maybe it was a carrot cake, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
But then it was so good I had to come back the next day and get it again. And I'm like, hey, yeah, I need that. It was like a carrot cake. It was like in this tin.
Love
It was
cakes, yeah.
oh my gosh, it was so good. I was just killing it. So
So
yeah.
I want to eat, and I want to eat a lot, and I don't like to be limited. I don't like
Okay.
someone to say you can't. I mean, diets are only eat so much, but if you're eating as many fruits and vegetables and whole grains, you can eat a ton.
Yeah, you can eat a
Yes.
lot. Yeah, yeah,
So good.
absolutely.
I'm not going to be restricted, and I want to eat something, a sweet treat too. So I make the cakes and the cupcakes out of gluten-free sprouted organic oatmeal, and then I grind the flour.
Wow. Yeah.
Like I tell everybody, if you ever want to know anything, I want to tell you. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
want people, you're
yeah.
not going to come every single day, but my whole point is to get people to eat healthy.
yeah.
Right.
So you can feel good.
So you personally, so are you vegan? Are you
I'm
vegetarian?
not
Are you,
vegan.
Okay, so you do
I
eat.
should be vegan because I love everything.
Right.
There's nothing I don't like.
Yeah.
I'll eat every single thing gladly.
Yeah.
But we have no food at our house anymore. Like there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's no food.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and sometimes at night I'll say to my husband, I'm going to go get myself some food down there. He says, why don't you just bring it when you come home?
Yeah.
Now remember, that's all I did was cook.
Right.
When
Right.
that's all I
Yeah.
ever did was cook. So there was all kinds of food. So if we're at Joe's French Italian, we'll grab whatever's there. And
Yes.
bring it
Yeah,
home,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
We're eating, But
Yeah.
I love everything.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to try to make it up.
Yeah.
Like a burger, the bean
Mm.
burgers. You guys
Yeah.
can make a bean burger in 5 seconds because you have all the ingredients.
Yeah,
right
we've got
there
everything there. Yeah.
from scratch.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what you did because I'm pretty sure that day when I came, like I don't think it was on the menu. I think
Mhm.
you were just like, "Hey, you want to try the black bean burger or something
Yeah.
like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it, run it." Like, you
Well, I
know.
don't put it on the menu because I don't like to get backed up.
Yeah.
I have the hot dog
yeah.
stand mentality
Mhm.
that, and people have to wait. You have to wait for good food. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
yeah.
And it's okay. But the hot dog stand is like fast.
Mhm.
When you're in there, it's a grind.
Well, here's the downside to being a Mexican restaurant. A lot of
And
Mexican
Mexican's
food.
my favorite food in the land.
Oh, thank you.
My
Yeah,
favorite,
yeah.
It's my favorite
Yeah.
type of food.
But Mexican food, we take quite a beating. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of places that have God, let me say this the right way. There are a lot of places that have bastardized the food,
Uh-huh.
right? And so it's like over processed, it's over manufactured, a lot of it's pre-made, and then it's basically just heated up and go. And so it's hard for people to understand that when you come in and order like the pork tacos, we're sauteing that pork. You know what I mean? And we're making the pineapple salsa to order. We don't
Oh.
make a big batch of pineapple
Right.
salsa because they don't understand we don't put any preservatives in anything. Pineapple is extremely acidic. So when you mix it with other stuff, it starts to automatically break it down right
Right.
away. So
Mhm.
if you come in and you get the pineapple salsa, it's made to order. So it might take us, 3-4
Yeah.
minutes to make it for you. But we've
Yeah.
had people are like, what do you mean you can't just give me a cup of it? Can you just, and they're like, well, they've got to make it. We make all of our dressings in house. So we just had somebody come in the other day and the guy's like, well, can I just get a vinaigrette? And I said, well, what kind of vinaigrette? I came out of the kitchen to talk. I
Yeah.
said, well, what kind of vinaigrette do you want? I have balsamic, I have red wine, I have apple cider, I have champagne vinegar. Like, what do you want? I'll make it for you. And he was like, well, well, don't you have like, no, I don't have a fucking packet.
Remember what we
I don't
talked
have a
about?
fucking bottle, man.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, I'll-
literally
like this,
yeah.
listen, you tell me what you want, I'll make
Right.
it for you. What do you
Yeah.
want? You know, the guy was like, can you just give me like cider vinegar? And then he looks at me and goes, you probably don't have olive oil. And I go, no, we cook exclusively with olive oil. We've got great olive oil.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I got you. I'm like, salt, any spices or anything? He's like, just a little garlic. Perfect, man. I've got lots of garlic. We'll knock it out for you.
That's awesome.
You know, but I mean,
Yeah.
people don't understand, and I love hearing you say this. Good food, it's gonna take a little bit of time, but man, you guys do kick it out quick.
Well,
because
there's one item.
okay,
There's one item.
Okay.
everyone, so never knock yourself down. There's one item.
yeah,
You better be fast.
Yeah.
It's a bun, chili, and a hot dog.
right,
So we just throw it together.
right,
But the trick is there's no writing it down and there's no ticket.
right,
Yeah.
right,
These
right.
girls hollered off, and I'm 56 years old, and I need I need to see it, right?
Yeah.
I need to see this.
yeah.
So no, they're clocking everything up there and keeping track of it.
Wow,
So,
wow, wow.
yeah,
And
it's
so,
fast.
so you took that mentality though to Misty's.
Yes, and I had to calm down.
Okay. Because
Big
you
time.
you can't spit it out that fast.
Well, a lot of the salads are cold. So
Okay.
we prep every day, and you know how the prep goes.
I
There's
do.
like
I do.
9 hours of prep work if you have 3 people doing it. for
Yeah.
3 hours. That's
Yeah.
a lot of prep work.
Yes, it is.
But it has to be every day because I'll go to the grocery store. I can't order things. At the beginning, we'd order from like Cisco or something. I need to see the produce.
Yeah,
I want to see
yeah.
what I'm going to have. And if
Right.
it looks good, that's what I'm going to get. I cannot buy in bulk from anywhere. And I'm sure I know it's cheaper if you do,
Yeah.
but I need to see it.
Yeah.
So everything is prepped and ready.
Yeah.
So if they get a Mediterranean bowl, I can have a Mediterranean bowl in 30 seconds. You know, it's just
Yeah.
you just put it together.
Right.
But calm down. They're not even seated and I've got their food.
Right.
Yeah.
So now I said,
Right.
Okay, guys, when there's a line at the door, it's okay. It's just
Yeah.
food and they're just people and we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And they'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't mind waiting. They really
No.
don't.
They don't.
So do you try to partner with any local farms or do you just go to the store?
I
No.
don't.
Okay.
I just go to the store and go to
Okay.
the farm market and across the street. What's the name of the place across from my house? Parents.
Oh, parents. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Parents.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you know what? So I just got their number from oh gosh, I forget Denise. Oh gosh, I forget her last name. She runs the farmers market. But she just gave me a contact for parents because we're looking to add another Monroe farm. We use a lot of
So
farms.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, we use a lot of farms. One of the farms, matter of fact, we just did our farm tour
Mm.
a couple days ago with Jacqueline.
Yeah.
When Jacqueline was on,
Oh.
Ream Farms is one of the big farms we use out of Tiffin, Ohio. Shout out to Phil and John and Diane Ream family out of Tiffin. They're our big farm. They provide us usually all winter long. This year they had middle of December. They lost 2 greenhouses. Because the high winds blew the roof off of one and that killed all of our cilantro. So we've been shipping cilantro in from a couple different, but we believe in all organic, pesticide free.
Yeah.
I mean, we just, and they're one of the largest all organic farms in this area. And they're tremendous. Now, could I get it cheaper somewhere else? 100%. If I did a Cisco or if I did a GFS, I could get it half the cost probably. Right.
Yeah.
But and I said
know
this.
what you're getting.
Well, I said this the other day when Jacqueline was on. I said, I'm gonna use this bottle of water. But I said, when I first met Phil, I don't know, 9-10 years ago, when we first started using him, he had fertilizer in a glass, and it was clear like this. And he said, I'll make you a deal. He said, go to any other farm. He said, and when you go there, ask them to show you their fertilizer. He goes, this is what we use to fertilize our stuff. He goes, and then see if the farmer will do this. And he goes,
Drink it.
He goes, it's all natural, man. It's all we use. And I go,
I'm in.
yeah, I was like 100%. And so, we've got lots of videos where we tour the farm. We walk the fields with them.
Well, I want to check that with you sometime.
Absolutely. You know what? So we'll be going back. I want to say probably because, as they start pulling stuff out of the greenhouse, and this year, depending on the weather, we might get an early planting, depending on the weather. We might get a really early season, which would be great.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since we've had early season corn and things like that, because usually corn doesn't come. Like, people ask me why I don't have corn on the menu and or like elotes and stuff like that, but I only have it when it's in season.
Right.
Corn doesn't come in season until the end of July, beginning of August.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll have it till September and then it's
Right.
gone.
So come now.
Come now. Yeah, that's it. Come now. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. Right.
Right.
So hopefully, but you know what? I'd be more than happy. I know Jacqueline wants to go back. We'll make a field trip. I'll take Jeff.
that'd
We'll
be
load
awesome.
up. We'll load up the
For
Jeep.
sure. Yeah.
We'll go and tour the fields, and
Sure.
you'll get a really, really good. It's a great experience. It's so great to know where your stuff is coming from. You know, you get hands on it, and I love getting my hands in the dirt. I love being able to look at it.
Do it.
So I'll go walk the
farm
fields. I don't farm it. No. They farm it. Yeah, they farm it. I just go and walk the patches that we know they're using for our restaurant.
Okay.
And so we get to see the peppers, the onions, the tomatoes, the cilantro. Like we get to see, okay, this is going to be in my restaurant just 2 days from now. You know, so it's
I
cool.
do a cilantro plant and a basil plant.
Yeah.
When, you know, and I don't have a green thumb, but I do now, I think. And it grows like crazy in mint.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I think that I call that farm to table. That's my farm to table. But I do try to plant some, you know, vegetables. Yeah. I would love to eventually have like a garden.
Okay, so
have all that.
So let's talk about this because Devin Rucker is a great friend of mine.
Devin, we love Devin.
And Devin absolutely loves you guys.
Oh,
yes.
So let's talk about this. What's it been like getting employees over at Misty's? How hard has it been to keep them? And, you know, what's it like to get kind of train them and get them kind of on the same, you know, mindset?
Blessed again. I'm so blessed beyond measure because I hear horror stories of people with employees.
Yeah.
And I have been blessed. And I know you're probably getting sick of me saying that.
No, not at all. No.
The Lord has granted me, and I prayed for him, or I prayed for my people. I prayed, Lord, please send to me who you want and take from me after I've hired. Maybe I haven't like thought things through. Please take from me who's not from you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I don't want to fire anyone. I don't want to.
Wow.
I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah.
It's just hard, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Things have happened.
I do know it's hard.
You know it's hard.
It is.
Things have happened.
Yeah.
And someone told me, a businessman, I'm sorry, Jeff.
You're all good.
He said, remember, they're not your friends. He said, your employees are not your friends. So don't.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, golly, they're all my friends. Even at the hot dog stand, they were my friends. I am an active, we work there. We own and operate.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So when I was doing this for Misty's, he said, be careful and just remember they're not your friends. You don't want to share. And I said, you know what? It's different. It is different because that's what I want. So everyone that I have is amazing. And I told them, the number one thing for Misty's plant-based food is to love the customer.
Yeah.
To love them.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they look like, who they are, anything, you're going to love them because the food's going to be good. I know, right? You know, customer service is vital.
100%.
And so saying names, I said, we asked them their name, and it took us a minute to figure out how to say it without saying name, please. Like I know it was a little harsh, but what's your name? You know, my name's Misty. Welcome. Thank you. And then I introduce everybody who's there. I have like 2 or 3 employees at the time. So make them feel special because they are special. Without them, we're nothing. You have a job, you have nothing. So you treat that customer, and the customers there. I've seen a lot of customers in my life, but they're the finest people I've ever seen. Yeah. No complainers.
Yeah.
No wanting a deal.
Yeah.
You know, it's out there. It's a rough world.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, we must share a lot of customers. That's one thing I've been blessed with. We don't have
people talk great things about Amaya.
Yeah, thank you. You know, but we have some amazing customers, even to the point to where if somebody posts something negative about us, there'll be like 20 people after that. Like, I've never had that experience. Like that's never happened with me. You know, I've been going there since type of thing. And it's like, oh man,
so I think this is what it is, because I'm right in the same boat with you guys. And I think it's when you come with that mentality that like, yes, I own the place, but like I am nothing without you guys, and I love you guys, and I want you guys, our customers, to be our friends, and like when you have that type of mentality, and I think that's when you attract those type of customers.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because I'm right there with you guys.
Yeah.
But it starts at the top, right? Yeah. I mean, you attract, and you say this all the time, right? You attract what you put out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so if your energy is a certain way, and it's like we talk about going into your place, the energy that's there. If your energy is a certain way, you're gonna attract people that are attracted to that energy. And I think as an employer, you know, like me, right? I call my place it really is the last true pirate ship.
Yeah.
We are pirates, man. Mm-hmm. But everyone that's there, even though we're from all different, like, I don't care if you're black, white, purple, orange, gay, I don't care what you are. Here's what I care about. Here's what I care about. Can you cook? Mm. Do you work? Do you get along with us? You know what I mean? Are you our tribe? Are you part of our people? Yeah. And if you are, fantastic. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Yeah. Aside from that, man, I don't really care.
Well, and servers they have a huge job.
Oh, 100%.
You have got to be nice, or you don't serve. If you're not going to treat that person like they're everything and a bag of chips, get out of there.
Yeah.
People will wait before I put a bad server in front of them.
Yep.
You know, I mean, at Joe's French Italian, that's what we we have servers, and I said, guys, I don't care what they look like.
Yeah.
If you don't get a tip, you still thank them very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming, because you're not guaranteed a tip every time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it'll all come, it all works out, and the money's
Yeah. Because
good.
you guys, when you took over Joe's French Italian, you kind of had to do a whole employee like revamp and change over. And
When was that you guys took that over?
That will be 7 years it was 6 years in December.
Okay, because
So it was just 6 years.
Wow.
That's a job.
Oh man, that's got to be a job.
Yeah.
Well, I know it is
believe
because I do it
Yeah,
every
you
day.
do it. That's why I looked at you. I'm like,
Listen, I slay that dragon every day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
For sure.
because I remember seeing Devin and Grace.
Yep, they both worked there.
Yup, and so I seen them posting, and I was like, "Where is this? Like, what? Like, I wasn't too familiar at the
so
time."
Much fun.
And so talk to us real quick. Like, what was that like? As if you don't already have your hands full enough. Like,
Well,
Right,
no,
I know,
like-
it didn't. It was just the hot dog stand. It was really just the hot dog stand. So then I said to my husband, his uncle wanted us to take over Joe's for 20 years.
Yeah.
So he was 90 like 86 when it happened, when we
Okay.
took over. And we said no, no, and no, right?
Mhm.
That's a beast. The hot dog stand is hot dogs. We live
Right.
right next door to it. Most people wouldn't want to live next to their business. We love it.
I live
Yeah.
upstairs. I
Love
know
it.
what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be here. I want
Yeah.
to see it
Yep.
out the window. So we said no, no, no. And he and I were watching TV, and this was before La Pleasance was open.
Okay.
And I said, why don't we just do it? Because he didn't want someone else to come in and plow it down and have Olive Garden or whatever it is.
Yeah.
you
Right,
know?
right, right.
And I said, let's just do it for him. Well, yeah, we did it, and it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Mm.
It can be. It can be a lot of fun. Let me say this. I've been in the restaurant business now 35 years. This is my 35th year professionally cooking, right? And I can tell you, I think I can probably count on half a hand the times that I've said, man, I hate this. I don't want
Yeah.
to do this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but for the whole of my career, man, I've never ever not wanted to be in the
It takes a
restaurant.
special person.
Yeah, I've
So
never.
you love to serve.
You know what? I love serving. I love I think being in restaurants humbles you.
Mhm.
It'll bring you to your knees, like quick, fast, right? But at the same time, and Jacqueline touched on this when she asked me, she was hiring employees, and she goes, well, I don't know how to be a boss. What do you do? And I said, first off, don't think of yourself as a boss.
Correct.
And I say this all the time, like, lions, just because you're a lion doesn't mean you need to roar. You
Right.
can easily be the lion
Yeah.
and but people will follow you. You've got to be the first one to take the bullets. And that's one thing that I preach all the time. If I'm in charge of the kitchen, if I'm the leader of the troop, and my guys will attest to this, we get a bad review, we get a bad we get something, I take it on the chest. It's my fault because I dropped the ball in making sure that the process was this way or that way, or the food was this way or that way. You have to.
I have something to say about the people who are making bad comments about anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I heard someone make a comment about a restaurant in Erie.
Oh, wow.
Well, this was a long time ago, and I'll
Yeah.
never forget. She posted on there, and I know this person.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
She posted on there, and she said, has anyone else had some bad experience? Think everything's gone downhill? This was on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I for years, I've wanted to get on Facebook and say, listen, if you ever have an issue with any restaurant, I don't want to see anyone complain about any restaurant.
Yeah.
at
Call
all.
'em.
Yeah.
Go directly to the manager, ask to speak to the owner, and say, listen, I think that this could be improved. I
Yeah.
hope
Yeah.
you guys make it.
100%.
Let's put it on Facebook. Bull crap.
Yeah.
Uncensored.
Yeah.
Be a man, be a woman, go to the
Yeah.
owner, go to the manager, and speak what you think that they need
I
to hear.
Yeah.
100%
Because
agree.
you're not doing it, so you don't know what it's like.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Camera. And I don't
I
have
love
that
that.
issue. I
love
didn't
that.
have
Yeah.
like Misty's plant-based food's a whole nother breed of people that I've never experienced,
Mhm.
one after another. It's
Yeah.
one smile after another, and they know that it's expensive.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a hot dog.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
They know what it takes, and they're willing. They want it. So
Yeah.
we have
Right.
regulars, Monday through Friday regulars, which
Wow.
I can't get over.
Yeah.
And remember, people said it won't work in this town.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
felt like these people acted like Monroe was a town full of degenerates that didn't know how to do anything right.
my
and they didn't have
gosh.
any money.
Yeah.
Monroe
Yeah.
will never support it.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on that.
This is Monroe people saying that about Monroe.
No, trust me. I know
Yeah.
it bothers me to listen. I'm not from Monroe.
Yeah.
And I support and promote Monroe more
Yeah.
than some of my friends. And
Yeah.
I've said this to my friends to their face. A couple of we were at dinner one time with some friends, and we were talking about a place that was just opening, and they said, "Oh, that I give it 6 months." And I go, "Why? What are you talking about?"
Right.
Like we at the time we were at a restaurant in Detroit where we were easily dropped $250
Yes.
a couple. You know what I mean? And I go, think about this for a minute. this guy, because I'm a restaurant guy, I'm like, this guy's he's putting his livelihood, he's putting his money up there, he's investing in the community. We're here in a different city spending this kind of money, and you don't want to spend half of this money there.
Right.
I was like, oh man, we'll never go to dinner again. I'm good. Let me finish my glass of wine. I'm good.
You know what else?
So true.
You know what else is like, anytime anything happens, like in Monroe, what bothers me is when people say, oh, stay classy, Monroe. Oh, good old Monroe. It's like,
yeah,
bro, this is our home.
This is
Yeah,
our
yeah, yeah,
home.
yeah.
Why are we acting like
why would
that?
you do that?
You know?
And we don't have it nearly as bad, not even close to the level that they have in, Flint,
Right.
Yeah.
Saginaw. I mean,
Right.
go down to Toledo. I mean, we don't have it nearly as bad, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have a really good community. We have a great community. I think they support you when you support them. I think you get what you put out there.
And all restaurant owners, I feel like I have a vision that we all I want to have a dinner for all of them. And to know that we all support one another.
100%.
Because people will say to me about hot dog stands, the other place, Vince's.
Yeah.
And I respond, they have a ton of great food. We only have chili dogs.
Yeah.
Vince's has a bunch of great things. If you don't like their chili dogs, there's something you're gonna like.
Yeah, try their hamburger. It's not
Right?
bad.
Yeah.
I say that I don't want anything. I want them to make it. I want every business to make it.
Same.
Do we
Absolutely.
think that our God is so small that only one hot dog stand can make
Right.
it? Or only
Exactly.
one Mexican
Yeah,
restaurant
yeah,
can
yeah,
make it?
yeah. Same.
No.
Yeah.
He's the biggest.
Yeah.
He wants more for us than we could imagine.
Yeah. Especially when you see all these fast food chains, like
Yeah.
all of them are making it for all this time. Like, why can't all the small businesses make it?
We're making
Yeah.
it, and we're
Exactly.
gonna make it.
Exactly.
So you are what you
100%.
think, right? If you say you
100%.
can or you can't, that's what's gonna happen.
Exactly.
And I think
Henry
exactly.
Ford said that. I didn't.
I love it though. I
Yeah.
love it. And that's
I
like,
actually have that T-shirt.
Do
So
you really?
I have. So my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Ed Amaya. He owns Kenowa Industries in Holland, Michigan. Ed has been my behind the scenes mentor. He's one of those guys that I just watch from afar. This guy is one of the most amazing employers. He just does a lot of great stuff with his employees. He's always literally puts an apron on every year, does a big barbecue and sets a big grill out on the thing, and he cooks for everybody. And I mean, and here he is, the president of the company, but he doesn't act like it.
Yeah.
And so I've always tried to model. He's older than me, and so I've always tried to model, my management style off of him. It's like, man, I'm just one of the guys.
That's
just.
right.
And Jeff will tell you, when he first met me, he was like, "You own Amaya's?" I'm like, "Nah, I just cook there. I'm a cook."
Right.
And he was like, "Wait, what?"
No, because he got me. He came in and he rolls up in this nice Jeep, and I'm like, who's this guy? Because it's like my first day open, and I'm thinking it's just family and friends are gonna come, right? So he comes in and he's like, "Oh yeah, just make tacos down there or whatever." And he did his thing, how he goes live, and then it was like in 2 days, like 40 people came in, like, "Yeah, I seen you on Tino Amaya's live," and I'm like, "Tino Amaya, who is that?" "Oh, he has Amaya's down there." I'm like thinking, and then it hit me, and I was like, "Oh, the cook." And
Yeah,
you know
the
what's
cook,
worse is
yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." When I talked to him, I was like, "Yeah, like I know the owner's daughter," not knowing.
People say I get that a lot, and I'm like,
know?
"Oh yeah, he's an all right guy. I know him too. Yeah, he's pretty chill." But you know what? So, but it goes back to it's something you just said. You were in there doing all the work, and you're in there at Misty's. I see you in there all the time, doing all the work, shoulder to shoulder with everyone.
I love it. It's my happiest place.
Yeah.
It's the best thing I have. And I don't know how long it lasts. I mean, I'm not sure how long stuff like that lasts, that you enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But it is really, I walk in there, and when a person walks in, I get to serve them food that's going to make them feel good or help them. It is the most rewarding thing ever.
Because you're living in purpose.
Yes.
And I think when we're not living in our purpose and doing stuff that fulfills the inner child in us, that's when we get them days where we don't want, or that's when you get the people who don't want to go to work or grouchy to other people, or because they're not fulfilling that inner child. And I think that's really what you're doing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is we have nothing like that in Monroe, right?
Yeah.
People have to go out to Ann Arbor, Toledo, Detroit to get
100%. To get something healthy like that.
Exactly. I've had so many people come into the shop. Hey, like, where's a good place I can go for lunch? It's like, I'm looking for something like some plant-based stuff. And I'm like,
Misty's,
right here, right down the road. Boom.
Yeah.
I think I've messaged you a time or two or something like,
yes.
and like, I'm just like, here, go here.
Thank
right
you
there.
very much.
Yeah.
But that's what we get to do as people that support people in Monroe.
Support each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
like that's
Right?
it's-
Supporting each other.
that should just be natural.
It's big
right?
enough for all of us.
Yes.
100%.
It's big enough for
Yeah.
everyone. And
Yeah,
I want everyone to
100%.
be a success.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
man,
it's
I'll
all
tell you
about.
what. Listen, okay,
Have
so
we
we're
reached our time?
close. Yeah, I just got the 5-minute mark.
Okay.
So we're close. We're close. All right. So let's real quick. I am gonna say this. You were one of the first, and this is what I really loved about you too. You were one of the first people to jump on social media and use social media as like a platform. You and Dev dancing.
Remember that?
I
Oh my
do.
gosh.
I do
He's
remember
the
it.
only one that would do it with me. My
Yes.
kids were like, no,
I-
because I'm goofy like that, and Devin's just like.
Oh,
that.
Devin doesn't care. He
Yeah.
doesn't care, man. That's what I love about that kid.
Yeah.
It was
but-
fun.
But I remember, like, you know, and this is when I was just starting really getting big on social media myself and starting to put some
That's
things
a job.
together. It is a job. And I'm so shout out to Sasha. Sasha Turner handles all of our social media. So if you like any of our stuff, she's the one that handles all of that for me. She's been a godsend, been incredible.
Nice.
But you know, I remember watching that and I'm thinking, okay, like I didn't know you at the time. And I'm like, I gotta meet this woman. I gotta know who this family is. Cause
Yeah.
man, I just love this energy. And I would watch you, see you guys do the
dance.
the dances.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
will do
gosh.
anything with me.
So are you still utilizing social media primarily?
I am,
Okay.
but now in a different way. You know,
Okay.
like you want to. They need to see pictures. However,
Yeah.
pictures don't do food
Yeah.
justice. I don't care how good the pictures are, right?
Right.
Mhm.
So I like in the mornings I will post what my specials are going to be, and some people say pictures. I had biscuits and gravy one day,
Mm.
and they
Yeah.
said pictures,
Oh, good.
please. Well, it didn't look good
Yeah.
at all, and you know I'm like, no, I can't. There's
gotta
no
come
pics.
taste
You
it.
gotta
Yeah,
come and
yeah,
taste it, or I'll give you a taste before you get it.
Yeah.
But there's no pictures. Social media is huge, yes, and I people love to see you.
Right.
I know this. Like if you just went on and said anything, they love to see the owners.
Yeah.
They love to hear from you. And I know that this is an hour show, but my attention span is like 15 seconds and you've got me and I'm gone.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't listen to anything. So I know that people say you need to slow down when you talk. You know, when you're making a post, I'm like, no, because they're gonna leave because I would leave.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Spit it out or I gotta go.
Right.
So, but everyone's not like that. But it is, I mean, social media is huge.
Yeah.
Gigantic.
You know-
I think we need to have a show sometime,
Mm.
and I should come back with you guys. But we talk about servers, like how to be a good server,
Yeah.
Yes.
right? And how to be a good customer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Let's have
Ooh.
like etiquette in
Yeah.
serving.
Yeah.
I like
I'll
that.
do it. Yeah, let's do
I
it.
think
Yeah,
that,
we'll
like just people. Here's the
we'll talk
411,
to
Put it on
Josh. We'll figure it out.
Put it on
Yeah.
our tree time.
We'll
Yeah.
put it
Yeah.
on the time tree thing.
Yeah.
And yeah. Figure that out. No, I love that. So social media is big. You're
Yeah.
using that.
Mhm.
And then what other modes of advertisement are you using? Anything else? Just
I'm
social, straight
not.
social?
It's just
Okay.
social media.
Yeah,
However,
same.
my husband put me on what's that? It's a piece of paper. It's a paper flyer that goes out.
Oh, like the Velpac thing?
Similar. Gosh, Town Money Saver.
Oh, Tom. Oh, wow.
Is it
Yeah.
Town Money Saver. It's Town
Yeah.
Money
I haven't
Saver.
used, man. That's old
Exactly.
school. Yeah.
And Joe,
That's
my
before
husband,
my
was-
time.
was
Yeah,
before your time. And
yeah.
I'm like, no one looks at the paper anymore. No one, blah 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 blah. And I'll bet you I got a dozen people, which is a
Wow.
lot of people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now he's got me on the back page. Now I don't want to be on there anymore.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. So not everyone still knows of me because people will say, "When did this happen?
Yeah.
When did you open?"
Yeah.
We drive by all the time.
Yeah.
So
You know what? I still get that though. 8 years we've been here downtown, and I still people walk in and go, So how long have you guys been open? We're like,
Yeah.
oh, we've been here 8 years. And like,
Yeah.
really? Like, man, we drive by here all the time. I didn't even notice it till just the other day. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
yeah,
Huh. All right.
right. They don't. They
Right,
just don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Isn't that crazy though?
That is.
Yeah.
That is.
So someone actually came into the shop not too long ago, and they were
The
asking
barber
me,
shop.
yeah, the barber shop.
Yeah.
And I referred them over to Amaya's, and they're like, "Where?
Yeah. Where's
Who?"
that at?
And I'm like, "Are you from Monroe? Like, have you been here before? Like, what do you know?
Yeah.
I guess you get it.
That's
you know,
funny, man.
sure.
That's
It
funny.
happens.
And I
It
refer them
does.
to when people want to come in for
Oh,
dinner,
man,
and I'm
thank
not.
you,
I'm
thank
like
you, thank
cross
you.
the street.
Yeah.
Oh, and they'll want a cocktail. Take
Hey,
a
come
left.
on over.
There you
Come on
go.
over.
It's all good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have social district. Shout out to Mark Cochran really quick. We're gonna have the social district. He was very instrumental in helping us get that passed, so we'll be able to like walk around downtown with cocktails and things. But that's for a whole
Stop
nother.
it.
Yeah, it's for a whole nother show. I'll talk about that next
Wow.
time. Yeah, that's gonna be.
I can't
that's gonna
wait
be
to that
hot.
one thing with the parking.
Oh, that's gonna be hot.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right
can't
now,
wait
it's gonna
for
be
that.
hot. But
Oh, the
okay.
secrets.
So as we wrap up,
yes.
this is my favorite part. One piece of advice you would give to an aspiring entrepreneur that's looking to start a business here in our community. One piece of advice.
The only failure is if you don't try.
Okay.
That's it. You
Yeah.
only fail if you don't try. You don't want to
Yeah.
go down in history and say, I wish I would have or I should have. You
Yeah,
just got to
yeah, yeah.
try it. You didn't fail. You tried something
And
Yeah.
you learned.
and you learned, and then you try something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, if it works, fantastic. But don't ever think that you can't. Because like Henry Ford said, you think you can or you think you can't. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just try it.
What you got, Jeff?
No, I just want to say I appreciate you. There's a lot of people who are gonna watch this episode. And
So we need to let people know that this is out here.
yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't
Oh, yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's new. We're new.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah. And just real quick, I like to ask people what their why is. And I'm sure you've heard that before.
Oh, yeah.
Do
Do you know who the originator of the What's Your Why is?
No, tell me.
Jim Rohn.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ever
Oh,
heard of
I
him?
love Jim Rohn.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best.
yeah.
Come on, he's a
Yeah.
go.
Is he the best?
He is the best.
Yeah,
I love
Jim
Jim
Rohn.
Rohn.
What's your why?
He's like, if you think doing it, or if you think trying's hard, wait till you get the bill for not trying.
Oh,
yeah.
in that voice too.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
not trying.
Yeah.
What's my why? I want people to feel good. I want people to feel healthy and enjoy their life.
Wow.
And know that even if you think you don't, because I have one of my sons doesn't like health food.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like trying to make something that you're gonna like.
Yeah.
You know, I want to feed you something you're going to like. And this is another piece of advice. If you don't like broccoli, don't eat broccoli.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People say I hate it. I have to. No, you don't. There's a billion things to eat.
Yeah.
You don't eat what you hate. It's a job and it's not going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's all good. We'll find something we like.
Right.
Yes.
You know?
Dude,
Yes.
that's awesome. All right.
Okay.
Well, Misty, thank you so
You
much
guys,
for
thank
stopping
you.
out. I really appreciate
you.
it. We're going to have to do a part two. With that,
I love it.
we out.
Bye.
Peace.
Place Boss Talks, keep it uncensored, it's all hard. You could be for more walks, come tune in to Boss Talks. Got that all sport, optimal